A simple random or a systemic sample is taken from each strata, from each of the strata. Now, how much sample you should take, it is relative to the proportion of that stratum to the total population. उस stratum के size के हिसाब से आप वो sample, how much sample from that each strata should be taken will be decided. So where this stratified sampling, where does the researchers use this? Whenever the stratum of interest is a small percentage of the population, and if you use random sampling, if there is a chance of missing that little stratum, we use the stratified sampling. That's what you need to remember. And in a heterogeneous population, we use the stratified sampling. Now, simple random sampling. Come on, punch your answer, doc. Simple random sampling provide an equal chance to each to get selected. That is called simple random sampling. A cardiologist wants to study the effect of atrovastatin. He notes that the cholesterol level of 70 patients, gives the drug. After the drug, once more he will check what is the kind of test you want to do. So many times we discussed. What is it called? Paired t-test. We use paired t-test. Now it is not required in a chi-square. So those who missed our earlier class know, doctor. Yesterday, day before yesterday, we finished 3 hours of review. Lot of concepts हम already discussed कर चुके और we have made it all available in the onlinembbs.com video library. Please take a chance to follow that discussion, doctor. Some questions which I already discussed in my earlier video, I will not go elaborate. So what is not required for chi-square? Chi-square is comparing the proportion in one sample, one population with the proportion of a dichotomous variable, yes or no. Yes or no. How many said yes, how many said no? The proportion of one population is compared with the other. So, it requires a 2+2 contingency table, 2×2 contingency table. Each expected cell frequency should be more than 5. It requires a large sample because you are taking yes or no from a population. It doesn't want mean because it is not continuous variables where you use chi-square. Mean होता है continuous variable में. Chi-square is used for a discrete variable where yes or no is the answer. So mean and standard deviation of the group is not required for chi-square. So doc, chi-square fundamentally is a test statistic which uses the formula O minus E whole square by E, sigma O minus E whole square by E. O होता है observed frequency. E is expected frequency under the null hypothesis. And the E, how do you calculate? The row total into column total by sample size will give you the expected frequency. O होता है observed frequency. So O minus E whole square add करके divided by E will give you the chi-square value is what you need to remember. the mean blood alcohol level is being measured before and after using a drug. देखा कितने बार ये की क्वेश्चन एग्जामिनर पैरेड के जैसे पूछते हैं बैठेगा, वो है पेड स्टूडेंट टी टेस्ट. Blood pressure is measured between the groups before and after the treatment. Which test will be suitable? Once more, AIIMS November 2018, last year ka, whatever. So examiner ka standard questions, standard topics, standard expectations. First उसको समझना चाहिए आप. और एक बार नीट पीजी एग्जाम लिखने के बाद, आज का तारीख क्या है, 18th है ना, 13 + 5 18, 4, 13 + 4 17, 2.5 weeks. बढ़िया. नीट पीजी एग्जाम लिख के बाहर आने के बाद बोलेगा, अरे वाह क्या बात है सर, उस 10 घंटे आपके साथ जो स्पेंड किया और 240 क्वेश्चंस का रिवीजन किया, 100 कॉन्सेप्ट्स को पढ़ा लिया, आज मैं 5 out of 5 क्वेश्चंस करेक्टली आंसर करके निकला बोल के बोलना है आप बाहर आने के बाद. बराबर. आई विल बी वेटिंग टू रिसीव इन कोरियर laddu packet from you. Right now, this is an example of paired t test, is what you should remember. ANOVA is used basically to compare the means if there are 3 or more groups. Otherwise, t test is used. If you know the value of one variable, you want to know the value of another variable, what do you calculate? Come on, you should answer this question. Yesterday हम midnight masala बहुत discussion किया इसके बारे में. Come on, give me the correct answer. If you give wrong answer, I will try. I know what is going to be the wrong answer also. Yesterday only हम एक लंबी चर्चा किया इसके बारे में. श्वेता जी बोल रहे हैं regression. आपका आंसर क्या है? अम्मा जी बोल रहे हैं regression. Come on, punch your answers. मेरे प्यारे भारतवासियों, मैं तेरे आंसर्स के लिए देख रहा हूं. ओम ऋषि इज संत ओम ऋषि जी बोल रहे हैं कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ रिग्रेशन. हम बहुत खुश हैं क्योंकि आप सीख लिया. नाउ यू नो व्हाट एग्जामिनर वांट. Coefficient of regression. So regression analysis is basically a study of relationship between a set of independent variables and dependent variables. Independent होता है etiological, dependent होता है outcome. अगर आपको एक वेरिएबल मालूम है तो regression coefficient का इस्तेमाल करके you can be able to calculate the other variable. Gotcha? Good. Now doctor, the correlation between the height and weight, how do you depict it? Always it is a scatter diagram. इसके पहले भी डिस्कस किया इसके बारे में. Scatter diagram. So are the dots are going in the same trend closer to the center, that is being assessed by the scatter diagram, where you can calculate the correlation. Correlation strong हो रहा है, negative correlation है, positive correlation है, you can make it out in scatter diagram. Now, with regard to the alpha error, beta error, you should be sure. Beta को बोलते हैं type 2 error. Alpha is a type 1 error. P value can be more or less than alpha. They're all true. अभी बताओ. When null hypothesis is true, but it got rejected, what type of error it is called? It is called type 1 error, not type 2. Once more, don't miss this favorite question of the examiner. डॉक्टर हर एक एग्जाम में ही पूछता है एग्जामिनर, उसको दूसरा चीजें आता भी नहीं. Type 1 error. The null hypothesis is true, but it is rejected.